The wait is over and the Pale Reach DLC is here. Black Salt Games, the team of 4 developers behind Dredge, have released an official expansion to the game. I will be breaking down everything you need to know about the chilling new region in the game. My name is Shredded Cheese, and I'm a streamer on Twitch and a YouTuber who focuses on all things indie games, including reviews of new releases. I will be breaking down the new DLC for Dredge, including the new locations, tools, and fish. So let's bundle up and jump right in. The Pale Reach is the newest update and DLC added to Dredge that is taking the community by storm. This DLC was not originally announced in the roadmap that I have been following and came as a bit of a surprise to even me. The Pale Reach might have appeared as fast as the Phantom Shark, but that does not mean that this new region and its questlines feel rushed. The official paid expansion introduces a new region to the south of the map. If you have the DLC installed, it will appear as a circled area on the map with no real guide to what is there, enticing the player to bravely head further south than they have likely gone before. As you approach the Pale Reach, a huge conglomerate of ice looms into view and towers up into the sky. You will be able to find the traveling merchant at the northmost point of this area. Be prepared to have to go on an expedition into ice, navigating around small ice chunks that will damage your boat if you are not careful. In order to catch any fish in this area, you will need one of 2 new fishing rods for the ice type fish in the area. If you want a quick bit of advice, the only fish in this area are coastal and ice fish, so you don't need to worry about trying to set up your boat to be able to catch several different types. The main questline of the Pale Reach is to follow in the footsteps of a mid-1800s expedition in the area and uncover the mysteries of the past. You will be searching for, interacting with, and reading small bits and pieces of the narrative, all while avoiding the narwhal, which I will cover in more depth later in this video. In order to be able to reach all the areas of this ice-cold region, you will need to collect all the parts of a new boat upgrade, the Icebreaker. This upgrade will allow you to plow through small ice chunks sitting in the water, creating barriers from reaching further into the area. This Icebreaker does not allow you to blindly run into anything you want. Trust me, I tried. For science. The main questline can be completed in about 45 minutes, and the side quests can be finished in another 2 or so hours if you do them separately. With better planning than I had, you can likely beat the full DLC in about 2 hours. The reward for beating the main questline is a tool many have been asking for since the game's official release, and I will cover what that is towards the end of the video, where I will include some spoilers for the rewards of the Pale Reach. The Pale Reach introduces a new monster by the name of the Narwhal, but this is anything from the cuddly whale cartoons you typically see on YouTube. This monster has arms rather than fins and claws built to tear through ice and boat hulls alike. Just like the Serpent of Gale Cliffs, this monster will hunt you down day and night regardless of panic levels, so caution is advised. The Narwhal moves at and has similar pathfinding that is seen from the Serpent, so it is possible to outrun and outmaneuver this creature with a fast enough boat. I found, thanks to a disabled engine stack, that 4 jet engines are just not enough to be able to outrun the Narwhal without using haste. There are ways to mitigate the risk of an attack, but I will cover those tips later when I dive into the spoiler section of this video. The water and ice intertwine and create a headache for non-experienced navigators and captains. I truthfully hadn't played Dredge since the last update and was a bit rusty with my ability to avoid the icy walls of Pale Reach. Add in the increased frequency of waterspouts forming on top of me, and I was often finding myself ping-ponging off walls and taking unnecessary damage. Slower boats and players more in tune with the controls will have a much easier time keeping out of trouble, but I believe in blindly charging in, and that's what I did. I would recommend doing the Pale Reach after completing Gale Cliffs and maybe Stellar Basin, as the difficulty is not insanely hard, but having a tier 2 hull and a bit of power in your engines will be beneficial. Having the Banish and Haste abilities would also help, but are not needed to be able to complete this region. Truthfully, you could be a man and complete this region first, and I'm no stranger to making poor decisions, so let me know if you want to see me attempt to beat Pale Reach as my first region in the game. I can tell you this region is unable to be beaten in reverse, as the Icebreaker only fits to the front of the ship, and you do have to go to the traveling merchant to start this questline, so my previous challenge runs are impossible in this DLC. Seeing this DLC is not free like the previous updates, the question is raised: is the Pale Reach DLC worth $6? The short answer is yes, but I'll dive into everything that makes the DLC worth the money. First and foremost, the DLC expands the overall playtime of the game by up to 3 hours and further builds the intensity of the game. The DLC is non-disruptive to the main story, but intertwines with it beautifully. The added mystery and history of the world is expanded without feeling forcefully added in. The region was also not forced in, but feels like it naturally appeared. The attention to detail throughout the region is masterfully crafted. The addition of passageways pathways that are not wide enough to navigate, and the dead-end routes complicate the area and can lead to intense chases between you and the narwhal. The ambient sounds of the region fit beautifully, and the added heartbeat raised the hair on my arms every time I heard it during my playthrough. I was hoping for a unique color or flag to use for boat customization, but the reward for completing the main quest alone was more than worth it for players who are in the middle of their first playthrough. From this point on in the video, I'm going to be covering some spoilers and tips and tricks to help best complete the Pale Reach DLC, so if you do not want the mystery and rewards spoiled, I recommend subscribing and coming back once you have played through. My first bit of advice is to start the hooded figure in white early, as you will need 3 different aberrants located in the region, and it can take a while to catch them all. You can find the hooded figure on the outside edge of the ice on the east side of the region. They will ask for an aberrant ice fish, an aberrant sea star which can only be caught via crab pot, and an aberrant stargazer which can only be caught with a troll net. You do not need to worry about how long this quest takes, as that feature has been removed in a previous update and was not introduced back with this DLC. Next, the icebreaker is required to be able to complete this region of the map. To quickly find it, watch for the gold sparkle coming up from the water and you will be able to get the 3 pieces needed fairly quickly. Once you have the icebreaker, the remaining gold sparkles are the ice cutter and the ice picks needed for the storyline. These are only accessible with the icebreaker, so you are able to quickly identify which is which as you explore the area for the first time. When hunting for ice picks, they are all near the ice shards you have to use them on. This means you will not have to venture far from where you dock up and interact with the ice shards. If you find an ice pick but not a shard, or vice versa, you should check the local area before wandering too far. If you are playing the Pale Reach region early in the game and are not able to outrun or defend yourself with Banish, you should make sure you feed the narwhal often. There's a feeding circle that is permanent to the central area of the region and can be used to keep the beast at bay for short periods of time. The reward for the main quest of the area is a troll net that has an aberrant catch bonus from a slab. You can also unlock the ability to keep ice blocks in your hull to prolong the life of fish and slow down their rot. The hooded figure in white will give a book like the other figures throughout the world. This book will give a permanent aberrant catch bonus of 5%. I'm editing this video right now. I realized I messed up 2 things. One, the main questline reward is actually an anchor that allows you to create a teleport, like 2 portals, to be able to get from the collector's house and wherever you choose to drop that anchor. The other thing I messed up was it's not a 5% catch bonus for the book. It is actually a 4% catch bonus for aberrations. So I'm sorry, I messed that up. We're moving kind of quick to try and get this video out. I hope you understand. My final bit of advice, if you are trying to navigate the area without the map because you're a psychopath like me, you must be careful of fake routes and passageways and the ice chunks pushing your boat around as you plow through them. The compass and lighthouse will be crucial to knowing where you are and if you're heading towards safety or a trap, especially at night when the region starts to blur itself together. That is everything you need to know about the Pale Reach DLC Black Salt Games has released. Feel free to let me know down in the comments what new fish is your favorite. Don't forget to subscribe for when the Iron Rig DLC comes out early next year, and feel free to check out this video to see all my predictions and try counting how many of them I guessed correctly from the roadmap. I will see you all next time.